It all comes down to Dust 2 here between Vitality and Na'Vi, CORSAIR DreamHack Masters semi-final. Somebody's going to have to face off against Fnatic, and we just don't know who yet right now. It has been a wild start. The first two maps, 116-6, 116-4.
Yeah, Na'Vi blow a nuke, Vitality blow an overpass. This third map, surely this one's going to be close. There's way too much talent on these teams for all three maps to be blowouts. It wouldn't make any sense.
No, I feel like a happy medium somewhere in the middle. Nice close game, maybe a knife kill, anything like that would be
There's
great.
been so many opportunities for a knife kill, and Alex has squandered all of them. I feel like he's gotten every chance as well.
Only Boomich was.
Oh yeah, Boomich went for one. Boomich was a damn champion.
He wanted to please us all.
What a soldier he was.
I don't know how this is going to be playing out. We were promised at the beginning some kind of a showdown between Saibu and Simple, maybe Shox and Guardian. We had all these things lined up. And it's just been anything but that. It's been all over the place.
Which has been fine in its own regard. Flamey had that incredible map 1. Electronic was up there as well. And then we had Apex going, what, like 18 and 19 and 1 or 19 and 0 or something on Overpass. Like, we've had all the supporting cast. This third map, though, this is where your stars. This is where the best player in the world and the second best player in the world. And whoever you put in each of one of those slots, this is where those guys have to deliver. This is where you bring your team to the grand finals of DreamHack Masters.
Absolutely. I mean, there isn't any more space left now. This is the final battleground between these two teams. Starting on the CT side will be Na'Vi. Vitality are going to be on the T side for this third and final map. Hope you're ready for it. Sweet, and make some noise! And let's get this game underway. We do not currently have a P250 that's been picked up, so this game for Apex is a very, very dangerous game. Now, if he's distracting for his teammates to show up down the middle, it's a little bit more fun, but it's still very risky what's happening in the middle here.
Oh, look at this setup. This is going to be so brutal if they actually try and go for this. Even if they try and go up to Catwalk. Simple, they have so many. Boomich with a double kill. The CZ is dangerous up close. Simple's forced away, but now Electronic gets involved from behind, and this pistol round is all Na'Vi.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
He put Simple to sleep, didn't he? Oh, follow it up. I mean, this is great, but there should be no way. The Na'Vi need to not fight this. Flamey will eventually take it out. There is really no reason to take that fight. That was all bait in the middle, wasn't it? They hear him jumping back and forth, and they think, you know what? He's out in the middle of nowhere. We can just get him with the Glocks, and there's 3 people there.
I'm wondering if that's some kind of a hard read. If like Na'Vi had something and looked at the pistol rounds and was like, oh, they like to go middle a lot. They like to jump up in the box. They like to come out mid. Like at some point, they're going to come to this area. But what a stack! And Boomich with the CZ was stellar.
Now we've got Deagles. P250 and a CC as well. A lot of grenades used out long. A Molotov, then a follow-up double grenade situation. Oh.
You don't like that. That's a flashbang thrown into a teammate's back that does absolutely nothing. No utility for Na'Vi really as well. They've got 3 flashbangs, but no smokes, no nades to do any kind of damage. So these Deagles can actually be a force, and just remember, we know, if one lucky headshot comes out, that can open up a lot of the map for Vitality. So Na'Vi needs to be careful. Guardian with the scout over at car towards long. No one at rail, no one in the site though. So if Electronic gets forced away, if Guardian goes down, Electronic won't be able to help out Boomich. This defense is a bit tenuous for this round, and we'll have to see how they perform with it.
I mean, even a good flashbang on Electronic could be kind of scary. If somebody drops down. Scout tag, so far, nobody going down in this attack towards the A bomb site. It's going to be a really, really quick bomb plant and a 5-on-5 retake. They do have a kit, actually, 2 of them, one on Boomich and one on Flamey. Flamey's coming through lower dark, and Shox might actually be able to catch him. He's got the Deagle. If Flamey is always turning around for it. The timing was almost there. Now the retake is going to commence up through long, and CT spawn and Na'Vi. They've built themselves a start, but now they need to make sure Vitality don't take this away, and that's a fine job to begin with. Shox with the flank, and he's missing the bullets, and he'll go down. That leaves Apex with no chance at all. I mean, that's sketchy. Look at Boomich, 14 health, half health on Guardian. If Shox wins that fight at long, they win it, but not confidently.
No, but I think they're going to be fine with that. It probably got a little bit testier than they would have liked, but they managed well. And I mean, obviously, that was designed to be a retake strategy. So nothing too frightening overall. 2-0. Get to build up some money as well after that defuse, but Vitality with the 2 kills that come out with the damage they've done, they're willing to buy into this. They're willing to go challenge again towards this Na'Vi defense.
And they had a pretty good spawn for long, so they just run for it. That Molotov goes up in the air, and that doesn't do anything at all. Electronic though is so super aggressive here at the upper dark, and let's just see. If he pushes this corner, RPK is absolutely ready for him. Otherwise, that is a lot of long control right now for Vitality. They've left Alex there instead, and with so much time on the clock, I mean, they can just leave him there as a, you know, maybe like a late lurk, or even just to see if anyone's going to be showing up.
There's the smoke out towards mid, towards Xbox. Guardian's going to get the first crack at this attack. Electronic and Upper Dark, so much information. There's Guardian, good dink, but he can't complete the kill. The Galil comes out on top, and ZywOo, that smoke will slow them all down, so a little bit of breathing room for Na'Vi. And with Electronic in this position, that could be so massive.
But he's the only one holding B, which is in itself frightening. If he goes too quickly and dies, and they swap into B, that's the round over. 40 seconds, flashed in, and Flamey not connecting really with anything. He gets grenaded instead. He'll finally take down ZywOo, but and Boomage is there to help out. That's so important. The bomb is on the ground, and Simple will land a kill on Alex, and now it's sort of running out of steam, this attack. It's a 2-on-3, and trying to bring it down the middle, but Boomage is so ready, and now backing off. No reason to take the fight. He's going to leave it up to Simple instead, and Na'Vi 3-0. Surviving the initial pressure from Vitality. I think that round that looked way more measured. Like, that looked like Na'Vi had things under control.
That also got a little bit sketchy. That smoke going towards Catwalk with that much time left, it was designed to go around the corner. I think it tagged, Boomage as he was falling back?
Yeah.
And that actually gave some space for Vitality to get a sort of wide swing around it. Grab a dangerous angle, but thankfully, Boomage was able to handle it. 3-0. For the Na'Vi defense. Guardian is going to have his AWP, and Vitality, I believe that's a Vitality timeout that's coming out, even though they can only afford Deagles. They can only invest halfway.
Yeah, maybe just a chance to calm everybody down and brush up on the game plan for maybe the next round. Don't have a flashbang on Alex, so maybe they could go for a quick run. But this is a really, really fine start. Na'Vi back to the kind of beginning that they had on Nuke, although we don't know if it's going to continue quite as drastically yet, but yeah, nice beginnings here. Electronic taking full advantage with the MP9 will drop Apex and RPK, and over at long, I mean, they've lost the entire map on that side, so you almost might as well just sort of keep going. It's a great flashbang for ZywOo, unfortunately. And Boomage untouched by it, and he's so ready to take this fight, isn't he? A nice triple spray down. He's got no issues at all. And he's 9-0 to begin the game with.
A 280R as well to his name. So fantastic start for Boomage, for this new in-game leader of Na'Vi. But now finally we get the AWP in ZywOo's hands. Going to be able to go toe-to-toe with Guardian, who's got one as well. We'll see what he can do with it. There's the first cross. It doesn't take the shot, patiently waiting if there's going to be a boost up over the smoke, knows the timing. No long pressure as well, so Vitality to start out with these weapons. Don't go for any kind of quick, aggressive tactic, but Guardian does.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. If he kept pushing up, that could be very dangerous. Although so is what Apex is doing down there. If Guardian is looking and Apex is jumping, I mean, that's the sort of stuff you've got to be very careful with. Very much a default setup right now. Let's see if there's going to be a flashbang to turn the corner here. Guardian, so far, still just holding on. It's hard for him to get back from this point. He's got a little bit of backup behind him, and actually in front as well. Electronic going to be there. They follow it up with a Molotov, and that's 3 men defending on that catwalk. That's really effective.
Well, that should also be an indication for Vitality. That's information they can use moving forward. Guardian gets the kill with an AWP, and then a Molotov and a flashbang immediately appear. That's a lot of bodies to defend on catwalk early on, and now they have to rotate and readjust. I don't think Vitality was in any kind of position to take advantage of that information in this round, but moving forward, we'll see if they can read that and make a decision quicker based off of it next time.
They just threw a smoke to the long corner, but look at us pushing out. Boomage is already ready. He knows nobody's coming. Otherwise, they would have tried to fake it. Vitality, Electronic, and Flamey with a second kill through the smoke, and that's so underrated what Boomage. He's never going to get close to getting a kill in this round. Shots will go down to Flamey. It's a beautiful triple from him, but before they went for that B hit, they throw that long smoke, just hoping to catch someone, and just as it lands, Boomich turns the corner and says, well, no one's here. That's a cold read.
I mean, that's perfect, too. We've been seeing Boomich do that, you know, all event long for this Na'Vi team. He is more than willing to make that kind of a play and get so much information, so much intel to put his team in the right position, and he's been very effective. Armor picked up by the Vitality guys, upgraded pistols as well, a little bit of utility. But they cannot be happy with how this half has started. 5-0 for Na'Vi, and there's so much money built up on this defense. Boomich wants to challenge, and he's got to be careful. There's already one in the cave. Alex could have pounced at any moment, but he's been patient.
We've landed ourselves in some sort of weird twilight zone with these games, haven't we?
Where nothing can be close. Everything is just a wipeout, and it might be happening here. The Deagles, the pistols, doing work already.
That would have been a good comeback there if he could have got the op shot in the middle at least. Bit of a chance here. Simple, not ready. He had the idea, but he hadn't really reset his movement, and Apex will take him down. The best chance yet, I think, for Vitality to actually pick up a round. And Flamey and Guardian with 2 versus 5. I mean, if they even throw the bomb across. Very safe.
Well, they failed the run boost, so yeah, maybe just try and toss it over. So all right, Vitality can't do it with guns, but this time they do it with pistols.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah, whatever it takes to get the first round. The first one's the hardest, whatever platitude you'd like. 1-5, and Vitality going to be able to pick up some rifles as well from the defense, and that's going to help with their own money. 3 rifles salvaged.
If you're Na'Vi, it's one of those rounds where you just think like, well, I mean, you have to assume that Vitality is eventually going to start to pick up rounds on the T side, but why that one? You could have continued to keep them out of the fun for a lot longer.
That was the first round where it felt like it was relatively individual from this Na'Vi defense. Like one player went down at long with no trade. That could have just been a lucky headshot, but one player went down at catwalk right here. That's Electronic being overextended and looking for information. Boomich was alone at long, as simple as the other player that's usually at this A-bomb site, and he was already back to CT spawn. So timeout being called late into freeze time by Na'Vi. They want to talk things over, make sure they don't mess this lead up.
I can't really blame them. Blade doing a lot of talking here. Now, whenever you call this timeout, I mean, it's hard to go and pull some sort of crazy aggression out behind it, because you could maybe expect that Vitality would be looking for double pushes into upper dark or you know, boost on catwalk or anything like that. Like it's gonna be a number of things you'll be thinking immediately after a timeout like this one. But it could again just also be to sort of make sure everyone mentally is in the game and no one is being, you know, too far forward right here. Still very early on Dust too, so absolutely anything could happen. 5-1 as we resume the game. Cyber going to be running for the long corner, trying to take the fight with the AWP. He sees the chance and he takes out Boomich, and that's a very, very good start. He's been a real problem for them so far, so deleting him off the map is going to be feeling good. Guardian probably very confused about the fact that he's not seeing anyone here at all. Oh, the gun is out. That is so close. They could have both been dead.
That's really, really awkward for both parties. Guardian's going to back away, especially now that the Molotov comes in. Wants nothing to do with that. But everyone from Vitality centered up in mid in the upper dark. Actually now transitioning back to catwalk, and Guardian again is the only one here. This can be so dangerous. But this looks like a fake. This looks like Apex wants to just apply some pressure. He's going to back away. It's going to be towards the B-bomb site all along, but can Na'Vi hold their nerve?
Simple, this is the wrong time to be falling back to look to middle. He could turn around into a flashbang, indeed he will. He's got no chance at all. Flamey, a kill is fantastic. The double is even better. I can't believe it! He takes down Alex as well! He should have been dead the minute he walked into that window, and instead he crushes the entire offense, and he wanted more. I can't even blame him. I think he was just hyped up for himself there. The bomb will go down, and Electronic trying to be flashed through, and Cyber will deny it instead. A triple for him, and Guardian, what can he do now? Flamey had that whole round given to them already, and now that might not be enough. The Deagle is out instead. Guardian not trusting the EWP in this particular scenario, and they're not letting him see anything This is frustrating. He's trying for it, and as soon as he peeks, they get him. It's a quad kill for Saiwu, and Vitality save a round, and a round that they had to win.
I cannot believe that's dropped by Na'Vi. The timing could not have been worse. Rotating away from the bomb site, they had the stack here the whole time. As soon as they call it back, that's when Vitality decides to go, and Flamey does everything he can to recover. That is so brutal for Na'Vi, and now look how much they've had to chunk away at their income. They had so much money built up just 2 rounds ago. Now it's depleting slowly but surely. They have to be careful on peeking into this, and the Molotov will eventually force Saiwu back. I get what you mean. Flamey, a heat check after that triple kill.
Yeah.
He needs to not peek that. That has to be a round where you play disciplined, a 3-on-2 retake instead of a 2-on-2 at the B bomb site as well. Even with the man advantage, the B bomb site is so difficult to retake.
Wow, look at this. They actually use that smoke to boost up inside. I love this play. But I mean, you absolutely can and probably should criticize Flamey for it, but it's like the most human thing in the world, right?
Yes.
You just know that he's feeling so good at that point in time. He just wants to go for it. Guardian looked like he was getting almost a little bit stuck there, but he takes down Apex regardless. And that will give them another good start here. Also, Saiwu and Alex have been a bit tagged up, and the fact that Boomich is out there on long, just again, I'm now that I'm seeing it, I'm shocked I'm not seeing this more often. Immediately, I'm like, why doesn't this happen more?
Well, this kind of boost we don't see too often, but we definitely have seen more and more players and teams try to challenge towards long when action is happening on Catwalk. They're more than willing to risk it because of the information it can provide. Electronic, a bit of a gamble in the smoke between him and Alex.
Boomich is out middle again. He's running for it. He's so aggressive. This is every game I watch with Boomich right now. I just love it more and more. Walking up behind them and getting a big double. Electronic also taking a bit away, but man, I'm so excited for Boomich on this team. He's 11-2, but that isn't even it. That's not what's doing it for me.
It's the aggressive push. It's the information gathering. He does a very good job of making the map smaller for the rest of his team.
Yeah.
He tells them very much what the hit is going to come from, and he's doing a good job of using that information. On the Vitality side, Alex and Shocks, 0 kills between the two of them.
Yeah, well, we don't want to see that. Alex stuck in the corner, and he's going to win the flex. RPK, sorry, stuck in the corner, but he just wins the fight against Boomich, and that grenade would have probably been quite good if it hadn't landed on the wall. RPK with a knockout hit on Electronic as well. And now they have to do something here. I actually thought Flamey was going to push into Upper Dark, but even Apex is holding on that side. Na'Vi, what do you do in a round like this? You can't. Having 1 mid, 1 B, 1 A does not seem like a functional strat.
I think the best thing maybe that they could do really quickly would be to push Simple and Flamey in Upper Dark and get them out and clear out the B tunnels. That would be huge, but the one thing you have to do is secure Guardian's position. He can't stay at the A bomb site and watch long. He has to either transition to Catwalk or you have to get one of the rifles to be able to watch Catwalk, and at the moment, it's got to be Guardian. He'll clear this out for his team, utility being used. Simple going to try and start to get aggressive, but it's been spotted by Apex far away.
Oh, look at Guardian. I mean, this is so smart. It's actually what you were saying. He can't sort of hold both angles. He's actually gone to check middle himself. So at least he knows now. Simple's going to be here. There's going to be smokes. They have 2 of them here, so they should be able to block everything off. The only problem now that I'm really seeing is the time. 30 seconds. They're going to be close to the bomb site, but all of the rest of Na'Vi are here. That's a good Molotov, and Simple, he'll run through. Perfect timing. Or actually, Flamey, sorry. He'll get the 1 kill. Simple a little bit further back and not really connecting with the spray. 16 seconds on the clock, and Guardian is in position. That Molotov is so beautifully placed, though. Nothing that he could have done. Simple, I think, even legged for the smoke and trying to make a jump for it. He'll burn, and Saiwu will get the 3rd kill there. Vitality stringing a 3rd round onto it. And digging really deep now into the Na'Vi economy. The French not giving up right here.
I don't think the reaction was quick enough from Na'Vi to really adjust their defense well enough to control that situation. As you mentioned, 1 mid, 1 B, 1 at the A bomb site. It took them a few seconds, took them like 10 seconds to really figure out how they were going to reposition. And it's tough to get into better spots than that. Even Guardian not going to challenge at this angle. This round he has the off, he's got no armor. 6-3, Na'Vi maintaining a lead, but their money is gone. The economy is gone. This is a great chance for Vitality to close this gap.
Electronic happy to take this fight. He lost it the last time when somebody jumped up on the box, but this time he's just crouched in and ready in case somebody shows up. Deep grenade on Shocks, that's going to be really annoying. And Electronic is still there, and he's got Guardian with him, but Apex jumping up on the box and now back around the corner. I was gonna say, don't give it back to Guardian. That rifle, I'm so scared every time he makes that jump, please.
Makes you nervous. Simple up close, Apex blinded himself, which might have saved his life, as odd as that sounds, and it might have netted him a kill. The follow-up flashbang was a thing of beauty, and Guardian's gonna have to do some work this round. 3 on 5 again. This Na'Vi defense has been picked apart one more time by the Frenchman. And rotating over, Flamey, his number will be called one more time. And again, this Na'Vi defense split 1-1 and 1, and it's just not enough. Not a fast enough reaction. Na'Vi held at bay by the smoke and CT spawn. And Vitality starting to build momentum here on Dust 2.
I mean, that's hard to deal with. They didn't have a lot, but if you're Flamey in that bomb site, right? There is a world in which you pick up another solid triple and can do it, but I mean, the timing has to be so perfect for you, right?
Well, especially he didn't have any nades. There was nothing to create that opportunity. It just had to kind of fall into his lap.
It's like the flashbang that they throw has to almost land behind him, and then he has to be able to sort of like crouch into a spray and they have to sort of like jump, bunch into each other. There has to be some weird coincidence like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs in him getting a triple kill without any utility. Ooh, they might get baited into Boomich. He could hold on to this. Flashbang doesn't land. Good turn, good spin. Keeping the weapons alive, him and Guardian. And if you're Na'Vi, I don't think you can buy anything around these two weapons. You're happy that they're saved, but there's really not enough cash to have an intimidating buy. And it's been showing that Na'Vi need the nades. They need the utility in the late rounds. Vitality's caught them a couple times without having a smoke, a flashbang to delay anything. But I take it all back. They buy anyways.
They buy anyway, which, I mean, is definitely very risky. Alex trying to bring it back. APK got dropped very low from that, and there's that ult from Simple. Flamey very fast. That was a headshot. Didn't even need to be, but they'll take it anyway. 4 versus 3. This is, unlike the previous games, starting to get a little bit closer now in terms of competitiveness. And Shox has still got 0 kills, and we're in round number 11. Well, that must change.
He's in a perfect position to change that. Over in middle, this is definitely going to be attack for Vitality towards the B bomb site. The power of this attack isn't actually these two players here, it's Shox in middle. Who can split this map in half.
They've also got Boomich on that side. There's the kill for Shox, just as we call his number. But I'm still worried about Boomich. He's been such a force for Na'Vi in this semi-final already. And he might be, oh, he's going to be walking right into it. He wanted to beat the timing then. I think he'd thrown his own flashbang to try and take that peak, but now it's looking very grim. And this is solid for Vitality. Shox goes down, but it's still a 2-on-2, and they should get this bomb plant down. And how do you retake this with... Oh, they just picked up a smoke and a Molotov and a kit. They had none of those 5 seconds ago. All picking them up in transit. That's huge. Can they actually bring this one home? This would be a huge blow to Vitality, who have not got a big bank built up. So let's see what happens. Apex, he's got the right idea looking into that window, and right underneath it, Saiwu going for the aggression. That's going to drop Flamey, and now Guardian, another 1 versus 2 in this bomb site. And that's a very, very hard task, as we saw the last time. I think he's already run out of time for it, and Saiwu waiting. There's a good headshot. Guardian has to catch him, and he doesn't see Apex. He knows that's it, and running back Vitality with a 5th round. It's very close, but they make it work.
Oh, what a hero, Apex. He ran into the bomb site close to the explosion just to get that AWP to pass it on, preserve the money. That's well done from him, a very small detail. And finally, you're right, Shox, 0 kills up until then, but that 1 kill he gets in the round to prevent Simple from being able to help Boomich, that's put him on the board. And not only that, I mean, that takes all the money away from Na'Vi. A risky investment. They're gonna go for another one here. AWP on Simple. Armor is purchased, but can they actually stop him? This might be the best chance. 2 players in the B bomb site, Electronic on the flank.
Guardian goes down. It's a nice snipe from Electronic, but it would have been even better if they could have held more of a defense here at B, because then maybe he could have snuck up behind them. Flamey, man, there was nowhere to stand. And as soon as he goes down, any kind of a push through these doors is going to have all eyes on it. Nice think. Apex is really low on health, but doesn't really matter. They need to save that AWP. Vitality, surely with another round here.
Na'Vi need to get a solid buy under their belt. It feels like it's been a while. I think, what, 6-3 is when Vitality finally reset their money, and they just haven't even had everything they could like. They've been low in utility, they've had a couple pistols, they've had some saved weapons. Na'Vi need to get back to having a strong situation. These half buys have not panned out whatsoever, and for Vitality, what a nice comeback. It's going to be 6 of the last 7 going in their favor. Oh, the guns, they could take so many away. That's going to take the attention from Electronic in the follow-up as well. They've taken as much as possible, and Apex just bails out. There's your silver lining. That's finding something from nothing.
Nobody saw that coming. What an odd end to a round that was otherwise looking to be pretty much perfect. Out of the French side, all tied up now 6-6. And I do just want to point out, before that round, Simple only had 3 kills, just because we were talking about Shox and Alex on 1 and 2, but it's not like, but Simple's been having a tough game too. Now they have that kind of a buy that you're asking for, mostly at least Na'Vi. They've got the rifles here, they've got some grenades to work with. And they need to stop this comeback from Vitality before it gets out of control. Alex over at long. Electronic will beat him to the punch there. Those fights around the edge of the smokes are so hard to deal with, and now what do Vitality do? That was the only guy they had on the A side, so they can't even really rush B, but they're in trouble.
I don't know, we'll see if they can slow play this. I mean, again, not to be a broken record, but look at the utility. There's not a lot of nades on this Na'Vi side, and if they get in here, how are you going to retake this? Simple blind, he's got to fall back into the doors, and he can't challenge this. And as we've seen, even with the man advantage, this is a tough bomb site to retake. A deep smoke might give him some space to work with. Big kill for Electronic, and there's a flank coming in all the meanwhile. Again, Boomich, proactive at long. He's going to be there very quick.
Shox and Cyber, this is the duo that did so much work in the quarterfinals, and now they're being called upon, but this time it's for real. 2 versus 4 to try and hold the bomb side. Na'Vi have got them boxed in all around, and I mean, this is going to be a raw fight. That smoke is the last one that they had, and now Na'Vi are going to be setting up for it. A single flashbang, it's all they've got. Boomich throwing it in, and they run through. Shox and Cyber, the crossfire is so good! They hold on, what a win!
That's what we're talking about. I mean, that is one of the more impressive holds you're going to see. But 2 on 4, they made it look easy. The smoke, and even Zaiwu just begging. He's like, bro, I know you're a legend, but give me a high five. Come on, man. Don't leave me hanging. What a sequence. And even Zaiwu stopping to help his teammate to actually peer over towards the B tunnels. He knows at some point there's going to be a flank. What a read.
That is a very, very low percentage. The timing was absolutely perfect for everything that happened there, and the positioning as well.
And even Na'Vi just being 1 round back now, they're starting to feel desperate. Again, very light on nades with a minute and a half remaining. No kits. Down to a FAMA, 2 FAMAs and an SMG.
Remember, one of the early rounds that Vitality actually picked up here was a round where they just had pistols, right? And Na'Vi otherwise, I think, could have, I mean, that's going to be a talking point in itself. I'm not saying that maybe Vitality still would have turned this around and had a good run, but the door was opened in a very silly way for Na'Vi.
Certainly, but I think if you're the coach, if you're Blade, I think that 4 on 2 is going to piss you off way more than the pistol round. That is going to be the one where you get really upset about. 7-6, Vitality gaining the lead.
They're very careful about the pushes. Shox is checking top mid to make sure that Boomich isn't roaming the map like he's been a bunch. 30 seconds right here on the clock, and they're going to start to make their way out middle with 1 person. The rest of them playing here, and Electronic gets absolutely red. Cyber able to pick that one up. Guardian now. This is the time for an AWP highlight, isn't it? Alex is holding outside, but Guardian has picked up 1 more kill, and he's back around the corner. They have to go for this. There's only now 10 seconds on the clock, and they need to see if they can win another very difficult clutch here. The bomb is going to be planted. Guardian, he's seconds away from doing it, but RPK getting a kill instead on Boomich, and now it's a 2-on-2. And Shox waiting behind. Guardian is picking them apart. He picks up a triple before he finally goes down. And now, can he do it, Shox? Simple is close with the FAMAS. He makes the jump. Shox missing the opportunity. He's getting a step closer. Simple and Shox. 1 more chance and he can't get it. Simple instead. Just 7 kills to his name, but that one is a big one, and it's going to tie up the scoreline 7-7. Man, every single round now is absolutely amazing.
They had to stop that run. 5 rounds in a row for Vitality, and finally Na'Vi respond. What a close one, but that doesn't give them any kind of reprieve. Remember, what they've wanted this whole time has been some money, to have that strong buy, have all the nades, have the AWPs, and again, they win with just 1 player surviving. They're still gonna have a pretty sketchy scenario going up against this final round for Vitality. 3 AKs, a MAC-10, and a Deagle.
A lot of grenades out long early on, and Vitality don't have that many. They're just gonna go quick. They're just trying to fake long. They threw like 5 grenades out long, and now they're in middle. Immediate smoke up. They're gonna go for this knockout punch towards the B-bomb side, and Flamey knows it now, saying, dear God, we need help. He's getting a run down. Cyber with the Deagle, and Simple, way too many targets. He is done. Boomich trying to get in there with a backup. This is such a great call out of Vitality. What a powerful way to win this final round of the half. A 2 versus 5.
And there were some pretty decent fights for Na'Vi players. They just couldn't win a single one. Alex with a backstab coming in on towards Guardian. He's gonna have no chance of getting into this bomb site. Easiest kill of his life. Electronic as well, dueling at long range. The half is all over, 8-7 for Vitality. What a comeback. Frankie, talk to us.
Hello, thank you Anders and Moses. How are we doing, Malmö Arena? There's still a wait, but I think they can be louder. Malmö Arena, are you supporting Vitality? What about Na'Vi? There was one player who seemed to be a little bit absent in that first half. And if he can come alive, he might be the extra edge that Na'Vi needs to push them over the top and through to that final. And obviously, I am talking about Simple. We'll see if he can match Saiwoo after this break.
Let me get you alone. I've got a little place in mind.
Damage he's done. Sweet little whispers he will say in your ear. I know that Mr. Man is loving my dear. He'll break your heart like it's fun, 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 fun. That boy's a loaded gun. Ooh, take it to the grave. Ooh, all the loving you gave. Take it to the grave. And don't admit to all the loving you gave. Take it to the grave. Every kiss upon your lips, you're gonna wish that they were his. These words of warning, do with them what you will. I know you're falling, I remember the thrill. You play your heart like a drum, 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 drum.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The final half is going to be upon us. One of these teams going to the grand final. It's Na'Vi and Vitality. The first half finishes 8-7 in favor of Vitality after a very, very bad start. Na'Vi were looking like they were going to run away with it, but here we are.
Yeah, it was 5-0. It was 6-2, and then all of a sudden here we are. Vitality, what a battle they just fought. What a way to adapt in the middle of a half. And now, the thing that really caused them to struggle yesterday, the defense. We'll have to see if they've adjusted. We'll have to see if they can step up and have a better time on this half of the map. Mid to B smoked. pulls the defense away. Apex is out in the open, and ZywOo now all alone. A teammate coming from long, but he's got to deliver, and they're doing it. ZywOo and RPK a couple of kills. Alex now chiming in, but what a shot from the tank.
That was beautiful. He just flung that bullet at him, and now Boomage. Can he do it one more time here? He's already got the one, and RPK will take it away from him instead. A nice triple kill for the tank. That was very hard on Apex, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was super. That was really rough. He had no idea what hit him. He was dropping down to try and help with a mid to B split. He was just trying to be a good teammate, and he gets absolutely wrecked from Catwalk.
They jumped right on his face. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Well, the defense starts well.
Remember, this is the map yesterday. RPK 27 and 17 in the deciding third map against Mouse Sports here on Dust 2. He was the guy who stepped up the most. Right now, he's 12 and 12. It's ZywOo leading the way at 17 kills. For Na'Vi, it's Boomich and Flamey, both at 14.
Some Deagles in play in this round. Two of them simple, but one could have been the end of ZywOo right there. Still going to be looking a little bit for it, but at range, I mean, against unarmored targets, it's still pretty good, but you want to be careful.
This is interesting that there's just like basically zero resistance mounted at all at this A bomb site whatsoever. They've given it up entirely. They're going to come back for an early retake, and they find Na'Vi in transition. Good kill from Simple, but RPK with the FAMAS handles the rest of the team. Triple kill for RPK as he builds up a bit of steam and vitality of a 3-round lead.
I don't think Na'Vi were ready for that, because the bomb, when Simple was at the first box on that bomb site, the bomb was still in the middle. It wasn't even Catwalk yet.
That was the thing. That's why I'm saying it's interesting there's no resistance, because Simple obviously just wanted to peek into the bomb site. They just wanted to see if they could find, a lucky headshot, and then they were like, oh, no one's here, so we'll just walk into the site. Late flash to take long. Molotov out towards the cave, and Simple. Nice kill onto the jumping player, even a better follow-up. Electronic took some of the attention away. Simple does eventually go down, and Alex gonna try and hold on to this site all on his own.
Oh, I'm so scared. Alex, yeah, he goes down. Electronic, so ready. They wanted to make a play to try and bring that 3 versus 4 back, but that was kind of an incredible transfer for Simple, right? The first guy jumping past like that, and he actually just takes him out. RPK will drop the bomb for just a minute, but ZywOo going to be here in the middle, and he should be going down, no problem. It took longer than it should have. It's still a fairly expensive round from Na'Vi, but right now I think they're just probably happy they win it. See if they can build much behind it. It does cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, but I think that's okay. Just because I don't think Vitality is going to be able to buy in this round. Alex has the most at 4,500, Shock's at 4,400, and everyone else is pretty beat up. ZywOo only at 2,000. Certainly, if you're Vitality, one of your main goals in this half is get the AWP in ZywOo's hands as early and as much as possible.
Oh, but hold the phone.
This is bold. They are going to go buy into this one. I'm actually a little bit shocked. A little bit worried. We'll see how this pans out. ZywOo's going to be on a P250, but a big risk being taken by the defense early on.
Yeah, it's the safer players to make your judgment after the fact, but I'm going to say I'm not really loving this.
I'm not either. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'll be more than happy to eat my words, and it may pan out just fine. But even the risk makes me nervous. Electronic has already gotten here. Alex goes down for free. I believe that's one of the M4s as well, one of the big weapons. There goes the other one. And they're gambling this entire buy on that 50-50 battle at long.
Ooh, headshot, but the FAMAS is not going to be as powerful as that Krieg on Simple. And yeah, you're right. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously amazing if they win it, and they had plenty of targets out there. But
no, but think you put what, 3 to 4 players at long at the start of that round, and you go for a 1 for 2. You get 1 kill and they get 2. That's not worthwhile. And now these last 2 players, ZywOo and RPK, they can't even fight for the round. They just have to save.
And now we're just making sure that they don't run into any last-minute setup, which they should be doing, but you're right. There's no point for them to try and spread out to defend anything. And
also, it's not just the fact that it takes all the money away from Vitality. It's the fact that Na'Vi with 4 players alive, this now balloons. This they get this round to have 4 players survive if they don't go chasing. They're going to get that money, and then the next one is going to be against mostly pistols, so they have another chance to have a pretty clean round overall.
And since we're making a list anyway, it also delays the return of the AWP or even the double AWP setup on the CT side, right? So.
And the double AWP setup on this map is something they've really enjoyed utilizing in this event so far. Especially when you consider Shox at only 5 kills. He's been pretty solid with the AWP as that secondary AWPer on this map. Maybe something that can help revitalize him and get him into this game. Na'Vi taking all the time in the world to ensure their safety. Bomb goes down, and just a little bit longer. We'll be 9-10 as Na'Vi close the gap a bit more.
Probably should not be hunting for any rifles here, Na'Vi either. Their bank is also pretty thin at the moment, so just leave it for now, and a nice slow end to the round here. This is, I don't know, this is kind of concerning. I mean, I guess the good news for Vitality is they do have that 2-round buffer, which is about to be a 1-round buffer, but it means that Panic is not going to be setting in just yet, but I don't know, that's a round that probably the analysts are going to be talking about at least a little bit.
Well, they're certainly talking about it now. Back in the green room, feet up on the couches, living the dream. Vitality 10-9.
If we're real lucky, Chad's social media has got some spicy opinions on it, which is currently one of my favorite things and has been for a while.
Yeah, he's really grown that into something special. Timeout being called by Na'Vi. Team's going 2-round runs to start this half in their first 4 rounds so far.
Interesting that it's Na'Vi that called the timeout, I guess.
I think it's just to make sure everyone's on the same page. I think it's to make sure that this sequence that they have here, that they can build this into some real momentum into the mid portions of this half. Remember, this is also the deciding map of the DreamHack Masters, the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters semifinals. The winner of this plays Fnatic here in the Malmö Arena tomorrow.
And the way Fnatic have been playing and the way that both of these teams had some very strange maps either on Nuke or on Overpass, right? It's so hard to even guess how that match is going to be playing out. Boomich, he's got the idea. I think he saw that they were all inside of the smoke, and that is a grotesque amount of damage. He only took, what, like 28 damage in return, and he almost took down 3 players. Job done.
I'm curious if Vitality's going to continue this fight for long. He had to have seen a lot because look at how fast they're coming out mid. Look at how fast they're pressuring the B bomb site. Oh, what a double. Guardian Electronic, excuse me, not a double, but at the same exact time, the Molotov behind the smoke. RPK is not going to get away. I'm interested to see how Vitality is going to continue to challenge out towards long. That's another time where they bring those 2 rifles and all the pistols over there just to win that fight. It feels like they're trying to establish dominance there on that part of the map.
Yeah.
To dissuade Na'Vi moving forward.
Would you recommend it at this point? You feel like it's advisable for them to keep taking that fight?
I think maybe they have 1 more left in them to test it, and if it doesn't pan out, just give it up. It is a really fine line to ride because you do want to maintain that you can have presence and that you can establish a defense there. If Na'Vi just gets that for free repeatedly, you're in trouble. You're going to have a really bad half.
Okay, I think now they're realizing, let's not run out of time on Guardian, but that they're so set on revenge that they actually want to find Apex and his P2000. Like you can keep nothing.
Yeah, they want to make sure. Obviously, they're assuming, I believe, that he has one of the M4s. But certainly, they've eliminated a lot of options. They've cleared out long. They've cleared out into the cave. There's only so many places Apex can be, and someone's going to find him, and it might just be Guardian. Poor little Apex.
Yeah, this is...
Get the camera on him. It's going to be a reaction.
He tries, but...
Not too much. Bit of disgust.
Yeah. Just probably... And like, you're even annoyed when you don't hear the bomb going down. Like, come on. Like, surely they're not doing that. But they are. 10-10. All tied up. What a game. This is exactly what we were hoping for. Not a repeat of Nuke, or not a repeat of Overpass. Instead, here we are. Cyrus picked up the AWP, and this has been delayed a couple of rounds due to the early buys coming out from the French side. Let's see if it has been worth it. Now they have the rifles, and now they have to make this work, or Na'Vi will take over this whole game. And Electronic, he's caught switching between the weapons, and that's going to get him punished immediately. Apex, I was going to say that's a very risky run to come back, but I guess it's fine. Didn't really look both ways crossing the road there, did he?
No, but Electronic's going to be a little bit frustrated that nobody spotted that. Nobody spotted the push. We'll see how this goes. Flamey's already here. They better have some god tier utility. Flamey holding the line, and he's not going to be able to win that fight. Good on RPK and Alex. Boomich comes through the smoke to try and help his teammate. Solid defense so far, all that's left. 2-on-2 towards the B bomb site. Apex a little bit lucky there, but he's got a smoke to delay. He got a flashbang to go for the peek. He's goosed through the door. Na'Vi have to hurry this up. They need to win these fights clean, and now that Alex is in position, I don't think Boomich can get there. Or Guardian, excuse me.
Guardian heard that jump, and Alex actually going to keep going. It's a patient play for Guardian. He knew that for sure. It gives, I don't know, another 3% chance that they can win this, even with RPK low on health. It's very hard to make this happen. But they need to not give them any more fights here. Just don't give them the opportunity. It is not worth it. There's some grenades here on Na'Vi that could make it a bit interesting. If any kills come through right now, maybe they can close out this B-bomb site. If they can, Apex might be the more likely target at the moment. There's the Molotov going into the corner, and is he going to be forced out? He's certainly up on the box, and he goes down. Oh no, that's a big kill. Now in the corner, still hiding his shocks, and if he can hold it for just a second, his team is going to show up. 8 seconds left, and he gets the kill, and now there's not a chance in hell here. Time has run out for Guardian. He's already not going to be able to put the bomb down. Not a big job that Shox had to do there, but he did it perfectly. 11-10. That is very scary. I
think it's amazing that that Na'Vi even found a way to get involved in that round, to even have a chance to win it. That's so impressive that they're able to work their way out of that scenario. That was a 2-on-5 while they're stuck in middle. So fair play, but Vitality still come out on top. 11-10, still clinging on to a very narrow lead. Here we go, 3 players out towards long. They've got ZywOo over on Catwalk as well. 4 players in A. A lot of faith in Shox at the B bomb site. And Flamey's going to step out. Step out among the smoke and flames.
Oh, Alex, he's just, that was very close. He still might be in a lot of trouble here. Rushing through and trying to clothesline Electronic, but Guardian will be there with the follow-up. And this kind of a mid-opening, you can almost certainly not survive. Alone in the bomb site is Shox with an MP9. So if it wasn't already bad, yeah, flashing, this is probably the best thing that he could try and do, and it's just too much, but I think that was maybe even the only opportunity. Man, they really got red here, and Flamey even flanking them to try and see if he can steal this AWP. Guardian will be the one to do it anyway. That's a very, very hardcore round coming out from Na'Vi.
Yeah, that is a good call. 11-11, we're all tied up. No money for the Vitality side. Well played. You could see the defense wanted to retake middle, wanted to get that position. I think Alex even knew the whole time. Either he knew or there was hard clearing that corner in middle. And Electronic just had him read the whole way. AWP tags Shox on the cross. And now with nothing to fight with, this battle becomes much easier. Pop Flash comes in late, no one from Na'Vi looking at it. Still goes down. 2 immediate dinks from RPK and ZywOo with the USPs. Boomich is going to stick around. He wants these fights. He's got him in red. And he's found the kill finally, but he's got to back away. Does not want to lose another weapon. Doesn't even want to risk it.
Yeah, not worth it. And while all of that is happening, mid has been taken by the rest of the Na'Vi team, fighting up in pistols. Apex not going to kill. If they win this round, Vitality, then, I mean, we've got a whole list of rounds going now that either team should have been either winning or losing, and this is one that we could add to it. Boomich running out, he gets dinked. Oh, Lord, how does he do that? RPK accurate with the pistol. It's still a 2-on-3, and there's a minute left here, so Na'Vi can still turn this round very easily. But now look at all the rifles that have been picked up.
Oh, Guardian had the right idea. He went back and checked for this. He's just a second early. Simple, trying to enter in. The longer this takes, Alex does not need to commit to a fight. Just stay alive. But he's got to keep their attention in this direction. There's going to be flank coming the whole way. Guardian has the bomb. He's going to have to make his way in as well. And Alex is under so much pressure.
It's all on RPK, isn't it? He doesn't want to run because he didn't want to make any noise. Alex, he's been buying so much time. He can't really land the shot, but RPK will be there to save the round. It's now a 1-on-3, and RPK with a quad kill, taking down Guardian. A shocking round out of the Source legend. 22 kills on him right now, overtaking everybody in the server.
Yeah, but listen, RPK, we're going to forget about Alex's contribution when the highlight videos come out. RPK is going to be the one to show up in the video. Alex just straight gives up on a fight and just makes himself a difficult target. Expose is simple to RPK on that flank. The fact that Alex kept their attention that long, peaked just enough without committing to that fight. That is a beautiful thing to see from Alex.
Yeah, it truly is. You're right. That's a detail that's going to go missing in the history books. But yeah, those are the sorts of play that's wonderful to see. It's one of the reasons why I think Alex is, in some ways, still continuously an underrated player, even in spite of some of the praise we give him. But
yeah, he's starting to get a lot of praise, but I would agree. As an individual, he's still, you know, well, I think in-game leaders in general don't necessarily always get a lot of praise for their individual skill.
We're always going to have sympathy. 12-11, and a very shocking round. And Alex nearly taking down Boomich. Electronic immediately deleted. RPK is here to try and win this semi-final. The grenade as well goes for the spray, but Flamey now returning. And he's had very bad fortune over this long fight. He's lost a number of them in a row, Flamey, but not this one. Grenade into middle for the peak here in Apex. He's got every chance and he'll capitalize on it. Taking down Simple, a 2-on-3 now. And they'll smoke it off pretending that he's fallen back as well, which is kind of smart. Actually, maybe even just allowing him to fall back.
Simple's had a really tough time in this map. I've seen him a number of times peeked while blind, pop flash peeking into him.
Look at Shox.
His timing has been a little bit off, and yeah, Shox pushes into upper dark. So he knows they're not coming here. The only way they can get to the B bomb site, the tough part about this setup is ZywOo is alone in A with the AWP, but only 15 health. His entire goal is one pick and to back off. But again, it's that same defense we criticized from Na'Vi in the first half. 1-1-1.
Yeah, it is. The fact that it's the orb, though, is amazing news. He's low, so actually hiding behind this box is not going to do him much good if Guardian shoots through it. He's just going to be quick over the smoke. 30 seconds, and he's being flanked already. Apex is going to be 5 seconds from clearing this corner. He's walking, finds him out in the open, and that will be the round. 13-11. They are so close. They've got Na'Vi's economy broken all the way down, and they just need 3 more rounds. What a resurgence from Vitality here. It's been a very, very difficult second half for them. They've not had a fun time at all. They kept trying to fight for that long corner, and they kept losing that battle over and over again.
Well, RPK has just turned into a freak, apparently, on this map, and apparently when it's a closing situation. What a swing up in his individual level between yesterday and today, and Dust 2 third maps. Especially at such a critical position of the long A on this map. That's beautiful. 23-16 for RPK, 22-16 for ZywOo.
I still think out of all the player stories that we've got, and luckily we've got more and more, though forever not enough. Like those player stories that we get every once in a while are so good, but the one about RPK, I still think is one of my favorite ones, especially just in light of the fact that he was the best Source player in the world. Just coming back and playing at this level, I think it's so much fun to see. Just pistols, no armor. This is just a play for a bomb plant. That's what Na'Vi want out of this round, but ZywOo's not really inclined to give it to them.
Oh, with other bombs in the open, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit stuck out there. Flamey's finally picked it up, so maybe there's a chance to just get it down. Yeah, they'll do that. And that's sort of mission accomplished here. Out of bullets and no chance for a reload. Electronic. Oh! That's pretty good.
No, that turned into a really good thing. Not just the plant being a success, but now the 3 kills that go on top of it. Vitality does not have the money to survive that kind of a beatdown. So, yeah, 14-11, you have a 3-round lead, but Na'Vi's got you at that breaking point with your money, and that will close things down very, very quickly. What a performance from Electronic to keep them in that kind of window of opportunity. The reset opportunity on Vitality is very high at the moment.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that could make such a difference. Getting those last shots in. Right now on Na'Vi, it's Flamey at 20. It's Boomich and Electronic at 19 each, and then Guardian and Simple, the sort of main 2 names that were mentioned at the beginning of it. A bit lower, not you know, terribly low, not alarmingly so, but maybe enough to make the difference here. 14-11 and round number 26 about to go live. Double AWP is now in effect for Vitality. What do Na'Vi do? How do they stop this from happening? They're almost losing this game. Flashbang is going to prevent Shox from sticking around in middle, but where did they go with this?
I believe this is the first time we've seen the double AWP setup from Vitality as well. This is a premeditated game plan. They've really very much, oh my god, I cannot believe Shox just got away with that. Guardian at top mid, and they both just kind of lazily walked past each other's vision. But Vitality has had 1 player at the B bomb site and 4 players leaning towards A and mid pretty much this whole half. Na'Vi haven't been able to take advantage.
Flamey only doing a bit of damage to RPK. What a find that would be right now if they could take out RPK. They're throwing that smoke towards CT spawn like if they were going for a B split. But in fact, they're up on catwalk, and Boomitry's gonna get found by Alex. That's a nice kill to get. And Saibu's here with the AWP. He's ready for that all day long. Electronic goes down. I think Na'Vi had put a lot of stock into that early smoke and to try and see if they could find a kill around it. And now that they haven't, it's a lot of trouble. Simple's hiding in the middle. He's already let 1 past, and he can call that out to his teammates. Surely they win that fight, but Shox, he's still aware. He still somehow saw that. I don't even know how. Did he spot the gun barrel? He almost continues. Flamey down to 34. But inside of the bomb site, Apex, he knows, and they can't go back. They have to come for him. They've got no grenades. They're going to be walking right in. That's an easy kill. And now it's all Guardian, and he has got no chance. Apex through the box will drop him, and that's 15. That series point here for Vitality.
And that's another timeout from Na'Vi. It feels like they put way too much stock in some individual plays in that round. Out of that timeout, there was a lot of trickiness going on, but you're not going to beat ZywOo by just walking out of a smoke on catwalk. And maybe even the shifting defense over and over, like, it's kind of confusing. They thought they killed the B defense. Obviously, Apex just lying in wait. I have to, even that play from Simple, that's fine. Let that first player go. You're going for the round-winning play. You want more than just that one easy kill. You want the follow-up, and yeah, Shox, for whatever reason, very heads up.
Yeah, I'm guessing he must have seen a gun barrel or something. Otherwise, he would have to have a level of intuition that it's hard to believe that someone could even think that way. 27th round, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more here for Vitality, and they're going to be able to do it in Shox. Quiet on this map, but opening up, taking down Boomich. The first out of 5 kills needed for that grand final spot against Fnatic. Flamey charging in on long and taking down RPK. That's a big scalp to be taking here, but Flamey goes down right afterwards, and now it's a 2-on-4. And this round, it hardly even gets started before it's over. Shox is holding middle. The flashbang will allow for a little bit of more health there on Electronic. I think he would have gone down probably, or maybe Simple in the middle, but still, how do they do this? Pushing up into upper dark now is Apex. I don't see any way back in this round. They're not even playing together right now. They're just trying to see if they can find a way. ZywOo will take down Electronic. 1 more kill, and Simple's all that's left, and it's done! 16-11, and Vitality are going to be in the grand finals of the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters Malmö 2019 against Fnatic. And what a game that will be.
And we never really got that feeling that it was the Simple versus ZywOo that this was painted up to be, but you have to say on this final map, ZywOo delivered yesterday, a bit quiet in the third and deciding here, 26 kills on the young French hopper. And Vitality was dominant down the stretch. The recovery in this map was a thing of beauty, and for Na'Vi, I think everyone's just excited to see things start to work, but they've still got some more to put in, still got some things to change, but everyone feels positive about that.
Oh, absolutely. What they've got going on right now is looking so good for the Na'Vi side. But I've got to say, I mean, watching Apex play at a high level, but watching RPK on Dust 2, and that wasn't the only map he was good on. Just watching the tank back in action, that in itself will get me pretty hyped up.
There's been a lot of resurgences in some of these older players that we've seen playing for a long, long time. Now that they're surrounded by some of the youth and the young blood, and you can see some of the friendship with the coach, Vitality's had to make some hard decisions recently in this roster, and it's good to see them happy to celebrate some of the success. We've got Frankie down on the stage with the winners.
So, Alex just said to me that was a bleep hard game, and it was a hard start for you guys on you. Why was it so difficult?
So we didn't start very well, and they were playing a game style we didn't expect. They were just facing us like Jules and killing us, basically.
Killing you indeed, but then, Overpass. The mental resilience of this team was something to behold. What did you say to the team in that break?
Nothing much. Basically, we just had to start killing them, and then from there, we will see where it goes.
And one man who did a lot of killing is known as the Tank, but I think we should rename RPK the Beast. Just how underrated is this French player?
I mean, he is amazing. Not just like at killing people, but everything he brings to the team, the balance, just doing anything we ask him to do, is amazing, yeah.
And how was that final round for you, knowing that you could win it and get through to the final? What was going in your mind?
Don't push long and die like I do every time, basically.
I like a man who can admit to his mistakes and learn from them. Alex, with two Brits standing on this stage, what is it like to know that you are currently the most successful British player in the CS scene?
It's amazing, and I hope it inspires other UK players to start playing and become professionals as well.
Hopefully, maybe you could be leading some of them in the future. Finals tomorrow. Fnatic, do you feel ready?
Yeah, we'll be ready, but we're going to be against, don't know how many thousand people are here, but yeah, and Fnatic, so it's going to be tough.
Alex, is it coming home?
It's coming home as always.
Congratulations, Alex. There is one British fan, he's called Doggy, in the front row, and he's now Alex's biggest fan. Malmö Arena, please do show your appreciation for your finalist Vitality!
Fnatic versus Vitality, a matchup we did not expect for a grand final. A best of three tomorrow. We'll summarize it all, but these are two names at the end of the road that we did not expect at all. And right now, I can tell you, if you're a Vitality fan, you are very, very happy with those results over the side of Na'Vi.
Yeah, and I think there was two defining rounds in that last map just there. It was the 2v4 on the B bomb site that Shox and Zai were able to win. That seems to be becoming a reoccurring theme. And then obviously that EQ round where we saw RPK get some USP kills, pick up that AK and finish it off. So them for me were the difference makers.
But for me, you know, Christine and Chad, when I look at this and I hear what Jason just said about, you know, the promising future with Na'Vi, that's something that I kind of want to just examine, because to be fair, they kind of have surprises here.
And a promising future indeed. I have to point out, early on in that first half, Na'Vi were up 5-0. They were off to a very good start, and I noticed Boomich towards that long A was throwing a Molotov into the long K from Car about 4 or 5 times, and he missed every single one of them. This allowed Vitality to really put a lot of pressure towards that long A. Na'Vi didn't have an answer for it, unfortunately, and losing that much map control, that huge part of a map, really puts a crux on Vitality's rotation.
Well, lacking a bit of polish, I think, is a good way to summarize Na'Vi here, right? Obviously, it was only a short period of time, and I was getting extremely hyped because it looked like all the pieces of the puzzle were clicking straight away. Maybe I got a little bit ahead of myself. That's not really a quality of mine, but it is promising in the future because we saw some of these scenes. We're lucky enough in the green room to have all the player cams at all times. Frustration starting to creep in on the faces of some of the Na'Vi players. So Vitality did such a really good job there of, well, taking the W, right?
Yeah,
Simple
taking the W, taking the V, whatever, I mean, whatever it might be, right then and there. We've got V for victory, for Vitality, all that there and the other. And we're going to bring up one man who is probably very pleased with the results of his team here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. It's going to be Shoxy. What's up, my friend?
Yeah, pretty fine, I would say.
Quite the day in the office, just a regular old day for you.
Not a regular one, no, definitely not. But it was definitely a hard series with how we started on our pick on Nuke. But we are really happy and proud that how we managed to come back as a team.
This change of role for you, obviously back to something you're more familiar with, has it been an adjustment period? Because you look super comfortable now, just, you know, having your hands off the driving wheel.
I know, I can't say I'm comfortable still at the moment. And as you can see, for example, on this series, I haven't been that good, except on maybe Overpass. But it just will come with the time, you know, when you are like since 3 or 4 years, speaking a lot, doing a lot of calls, doing a lot of things. When you just come back as a player and you just don't speak as much and you have a lower impact, I would say, just by speaking on TeamSpeak. This is something I just not used to now because it's been like 3 or 4 years I never been in this place. But definitely that's good, and I can feel that it should be my place, and that's my place. Like I was, for example, in very games, just helping like for the mid calls, or maybe if we got some troubles, I can help or whatever. But first, focusing really of my role, I will say, in the team. And it's only the beginning because, yeah, as I said, and you can see on this series, like there is like still a lot of things because in the meantime, like Vitality, for example, is not working as we did, for example, on G2. So a lot of things are changing for me that I really like, but I need to get used to because like I'm like woo 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 woo.
Yeah, basically, man. That's pretty much summarized that. Christine, what do you got?
Shox, congratulations on making it to the grand final. Now, I know this entire weekend, you and ZywOo have had some very huge clutch moments. And you mentioned that your comms, your communication with your team, being an in-game leader in the past, has been a little bit too much talking. In those clutch scenarios, is it mainly you leading the way and moving the pieces with ZywOo, or is it ZywOo communicating to you?
It's both, I would say. Definitely, I mean, we enjoy playing together and we definitely feel, I would say, kind of the same CS, so it's really easy when I'm playing with him. And mainly, I'm speaking, for example, like if Alex is gonna die in a round or something like this, like it's more easy for me to come. But it just comes to the time. Talking about the cultures itself, it just all depends about it's situational, I would say, because sometimes it's gonna be one player because he see a lot of things, so he will just take it in his hand. But when it's not, then this is, for example, yeah, something like I can do naturally without and with pleasure.
Okay, and with my pleasure, I would like to ask you to address the French crowd, and basically the best that you can for those summing up, or excuse me, those supporting Vitality at home.
Well, thanks a lot for every people who are supporting us. It's only the beginning years there. We are at the final at the moment, so honestly, it's not something we would have expected, I would say, coming up to this tournament with only like 1 week or 10 days of practice. And now we are going to play a final, like you just play a final to win it, so see you tomorrow and thank you for your support.
Well, thank you very much, Shoxy. We'll be seeing you tomorrow. Best of 3 final on the cards for Vitality.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one tomorrow, right? I think, as he said, they weren't necessarily expecting to be in the grand final when you had names like Astralis, EG, and Liquid all coming into this tournament. And for them to be able to get there and now be facing Fnatic, it's a wide-open grand final, I would say.
Well, just sticking to what was Vitality and that of Na'Vi, I mean, my goodness, we had it seen probably a good look from just about every corner at one point of the match or the other. But right now, we're going to take a look at the last round of the first half. I do have Christine on the drawing board. What do you have?
Yeah, so on this drawing board, I'm going to give you a little bit more context here. In this round in particular, we're going to have Vitality beat Alex, throwing a lot of flashes and a lot of smokes towards long A, drawing a lot of attention of the Na'Vi side. And if you notice here, Guardian, he's going to immediately be going Cat. Now, Vitality have seen Guardian on Cat about 3 or 4 times throughout this entire half, so they've called an audible here, and they're doing a fast B mid split. And if you look here, because of these smokes, Guardian, Boomich, and Electronic, who are still busy towards long A, are not able to rotate towards that B. And I just really liked this audible call coming out of Vitality because now you've got one of the most mechanically gifted players in the world in B site, but because so many attackers are coming onto his screen at once, he's just not able to adjust his crosshair, he's not able to hold the site, and this was a really nice audible call coming out of Vitality.
And how many times did we see Vitality smoke mid to B?
They were loving it, right? They were putting a lot of pressure on that side of the map, which is surprising because we thought that Simple did a pretty good job when they played early in the tournament.
Yeah.
So Vitality here really showing some class with those executes. We saw it against Mousewatch. They needed to help them get across the line there. On Mirage, there was one we were going to highlight if it came on up. But that one there is another great example of something that they can do quickly. And this is the fantastic pacing of Counter-Strike that I love to watch.
We don't talk about pacing, Chad. We're going to pace ourselves right into our top 5 plays of the day because it's just about time to wrap this whole enchilada right back where it started. So we'll start with number 5, Astralis versus Fnatic. I got JW pulling a 4K in OT to get things done here for the Fnatic side.
Yeah, crazy amount of impact from JW throughout that series. A resurgence of the Renaissances, I think how Anders was calling it back in Dallas when we had the last Masters.
Yes. That's the one. Anyway, carry on here, Christine.
And coming in on number 4, this is Na'Vi versus Vitality. I actually did a drawing board on this play. You can see Simple's movements behind that silo. He gets a beautiful 4K here on Nuke, allowing his teammates all to rotate and securing that upper bomb site.
Number 3, we have ourselves getting a little bit too quickly ahead of, apparently, because we needed to play the highlights twice so you guys could really love them.
Make sure you get it all, Chad.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. When you want to watch Simple, you want to watch them as much as you can. Here we go. Number 3. Shox on your screen right here, winning what would be a 1-on-3. But this is what he was brought into the team for, to win these clutch scenarios, and he's been making it work time and time again. So props to him for having a resurgence in the French scene.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing Vitality tomorrow in the grand finals. But for now, how about a piece of RPK? We're talking about a guy with a pistol and a dream, just getting it done here. And what do you know?
This was one of those difference makers that I was talking about in this game right here. To win this, considering what the scoreline was right now, this is fantastic work from RPK, and he continues to deliver on a map like Dust 2.
He does. That was an 11-11 scoreline. Such an impactful, pivotal round for them. Coming in with #1, none other than JW. We've been talking about his shenanigans all weekend long. This was on a forced round buy on Nuke. He gets a 4K versus Astralis. It's JW.
Yeah, JW and crew trying to really make a mark here on Malmö, it seems.
Yeah, that round right there is one that we said is the straw that broke the camel's back, because Astralis, well, they couldn't get it done on their home map today.
It's a strange timeline, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that one, Christine.
It's a strange timeline indeed, but hey, you know what? We've got a big final tomorrow.
Yeah, we do have a grand final tomorrow. Fnatic taking on Vitality right here in Sweden, right here in this awesome city of Malmö. I want to thank all of you for joining us this entire week long. And tomorrow we're going to be crowning a champion. And let me remind you, the winner of this tournament goes on into the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2020. So make sure you're with us tomorrow when we return with the best of 3 grand final. Be there.